Bootcamp team, what's up guys? So we have a great example here and a pretty timely example of a really nice support and resistance trade that we got throughout the financial sector this morning. So let's jump into this trade and let's break it down. Per usual guys, I started my morning with the bird's eye view, looking across the board at the major sectors, and obviously the thing that stuck out the most was the big gap down here in finance. So like we talk about guys, you want to reach a point in your trading where you kind of have your toolbox, your list of go-to setups and go-to trades that allow you to just kind of survey a situation, survey the market, and then act accordingly. So this is going to be good for our notes as a team guys, and something that I want us to focus on for the remainder of the year. When you see a sector or a stock, but more importantly entire sector, gapping down in the morning, the first thing you should be looking for is any major levels of support. Are we heading down towards any major levels of support? And that is exactly what we got today throughout finance. So take a look here at XLF guys, and we stopped right here at the moving average. Take a look at Bank of America. Again, despite the nice gap down and the pretty powerful push this morning, look at where we stopped. We came right down here guys, and it stopped in its tracks. The buyers came in, established control right here at that 30.85-ish level of support. So going back to the video and the PDF you guys got the other day, this is a great situation to put on a long position. So let's break this down. We have an entire sector that gapped down and then had an even more powerful move down even more. However, buyers came in, as they have multiple times before, at this level of support, and they took control. Us going long here allows us to initiate a position at a very, very low risk point. I'm going long right here this morning guys at the bottom, right on the level of support, and like we've already talked about, should this trade not work out, should I get stopped out, the beauty is I'm not going to take a big loss. I'm going to exit as soon as we cross and break back below that level of support, and if that does take place guys, it's going to be a relatively small loss. If I'm going long right here and my exit is just a little bit lower than that, as you can imagine, I'm not in a position where if I execute and stay disciplined, I'm going to take a lot of damage. You're talking break even, very small percentage loss. So buyers came in guys, I established my position, and something we're going to focus on next week is scaling into positions. Especially in the summer, I'm finding it helpful to, rather than put your entire position size on in one order, scale into your position. So my trading looked like this today guys. I have about $1,800 in Bank of America now, and it was done over the course of about maybe 6, 7, or 8 purchases. My first one was here down today at the lows of support. I ended up buying a little bit more here, as again the buyers came in and established themselves. And then here in the second half of the afternoon guys, kind of towards the last hour of the day or so, last few hours, little pullback here off the highs of the day, and the buyers once again just established a level of support here. I was sitting here watching every move guys, 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, as well as level 2, and buyers just kept coming in. So I did about 5 or 6 purchases in this little period right here where I just continued to scale into my position size. I was buying $150 to $200 worth of contracts on each purchase, and every time it came back down guys and buyers just supported that level, that's when I added to my position. So that's what we have with this trade, a very low risk entry, which is again driven off of a major technical level. I like that. We also had kind of an across the board thing going on this morning, with every name in finance pretty much making this same move, gapping down, pushing lower, and then finding support. So we had the whole group supportive guys of putting on a position near support, and thankfully due to a good entry and some patience, I'm looking, we got another 5 minutes left here, but I should be able to head into the close today with a nice profit. So I'm going to hold this over the weekend guys. All things willing, in the next 5 minutes go well, I'll hold this over the weekend and excited to see what takes place next week. And I took this in one of my smaller accounts, and as of right now, let's see. As of right now, guys, I'm about a $1,700 position. I have just about $200 of profit. So as it sits right now, guys, in one of my smaller accounts, we're looking at a return of about 11%. So that gives me a little bit of cushion heading over the weekend, heading into Monday. I ideally here, guys, heading into the close and looking to see a nice little push, and that could put us in a good position on Monday. So this is something, guys, I want you to continue to look for on your own. Very simple, and it all starts with all the stuff that we talked about in week 1. Take that bird's eye view of the market, analyze what's going on, and then act accordingly. As soon as we saw the entire financial sector gapping lower this morning, whenever you see anything gapping lower, the first thing you want to go look for is any potential levels of support that could stop the move. And that's what we had today in finance. Whether or not that holds and continues higher next week, guys, I have no clue. That's out of my control. But I did my job today. I initiated a position at a low risk point, and so far the stock has done its job as well and moved higher. So I really hope you guys continue to monitor this setup, look for it on your own, and begin to implement it, because from my experience, you can keep losses small and you're still in that neighborhood for 50 to 100% returns on a nice 1 or 2 day move. So that's my only trade from today, guys. Bank of America, hoping to head into the close here, 3 minutes left, with about a 10-12% open profit, and we shall see what happens next week. So that's a trade review, guys, for a support and resistance setup in the financial sector and Bank of America.